What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. And right now, I want to continue the conversation about the holiday movies that made us. I've already got my review for season one of the holiday movies that made us up. Feel free to check that out. That season consisted of two movies, Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas. What I want to see next year is I want to see them include a full season of 4 movies, because that's how many was included in the first season of the movies that made us. So that being said, I'm going to include 4 holiday movies that I think should be included into the holiday movies that made us season 2. And then you can let me know down below in the comments what movies you think should be included in season 2 of the holiday movies that made us. And I would love to have a conversation about it. That's why I do this YouTube thing, so I can talk to people about the movies and about the TV shows and about the geeky stuff that I love. So please leave a comment. I will respond, and we can have ourselves a conversation. So that being said, the first movie that I would include in the holiday movies that made us season 2 would be none other than National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. In fact, I'm a little shocked that it was not a part of season 1, because it is a staple of the holiday season. Everybody knows this movie. Everybody loves this movie. Most people can quote lines at the drop of a hat from this film. It is a film that is shown in probably the majority of the homes in the United States during the holiday seasons. So it kind of surprises me that it was not on the list. I love it. It is my second favorite Christmas movie, and I really want to see it covered on the next one. Especially given I'm sure there's some wonderful stories about Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid and Beverly D'Angelo behind the scenes that I'm sure would make for very entertaining anecdotes concerning the making of this film. So the first one is Christmas Vacation. The second one is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and that is A Christmas Story. Again, I'm a little surprised this one was not on season 1, because this one literally is, in every sense of the word, a staple at Christmas time. TBS runs it 24 hours straight, starting on Christmas Eve. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid. This is a film that it is embedded in United States Christmas. The imagery, from the Red Ryder BB gun to the pink bunny costume, the imagery is just associated directly with Christmas. The quotes, "Oh fudge," so much of this film is just embedded into the fabric of what the holidays are. I would love to see where they came up with a lot of this stuff and learn about what was happening behind the scenes. I'm just positive that Peter Billingsley would have some great stories, especially the ones I'd mostly want to hear about would be concerning Darren McFadden, because he was such a big personality that I have no doubt that he would have gone on. There would have been some antics on set concerning Darren McFadden. So I love this movie. I really, really want this to be a part of season 2. All right, let's get into 2 kind of oddball choices. I think Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story are slam dunks. Let's get into a couple oddball. But before I get into the 2 oddball ones, let's discuss some other ones. I think It's a Wonderful Life is definitely a strong candidate. I think Jingle All The Way would make for a really fun candidate. It's a movie that I think everybody in the world is going to admit that it's not a good movie, but it's a movie that has kind of grown. It's kind of grown on American culture as a Christmas movie, especially when you think about the consumerism of Christmas. I think another one that would be worth taking a look at would be The Santa Claus. I don't know how that would work with the rights with Disney and all that, but again, Night Before Christmas was a Disney movie, so I think it would work out. I think that those are kind. Oh, another good one. Another good one would be Santa Claus the movie. The movie that the Salkinds were involved in, the guys who created the Superman, the Richard Donner Superman movies, the producers behind that. I think the Santa Claus the movie would be an excellent choice. That came out just right after that Superman period, when they were just perfecting the visual effects for Flight. I think Santa Claus the movie would be a cool story to hear about behind the scenes. All right, but the two I'm choosing, the two kind of oddball choices. The first one is Miracle on 34th Street. Miracle on 34th Street has a lot of story behind it, especially when you consider the time of year that it came out. It came out during the summer, and it really was not billed as a Christmas movie. And then people went to see it, and they were like, "What are we watching? Why did this come out at Christmas time?" First of all, I really like it. It gets watched in my household once a year. But it's also one of those movies that has a story, and I would like for that story to be explored a little more. All right, that's Miracle on 34th Street. The other one is extremely oddball. Now, first of all, I want to clarify that my caveat here is that all these movies have to be feature-length films. You can't have like a Charlie Brown Christmas. You can't have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You can't have Frosty the Snowman, because these are How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon, because these are not feature-length films. I do think the Jim Carrey Grinch would be another good episode, but it's not the next one. The caveat was that it had to be feature-length film. So, I chose the only Rankin and Bass feature-length film that is a Christmas movie, and that is Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Now let me explain, because it's not a good movie. It's a really bad movie. It's really difficult to get through. However, it's a fascinating movie. It's a fascinating movie because, first of all, they took Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus from Santa Claus is Coming to Town. They took these characters and all the characters from their movies and their sequels, and they kind of had an Avengers-type connected universe where everything came together in Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, and all the characters crossed over in this film. In fact, there are flashbacks in this film that flash back to other movies that we're familiar with, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, like Frosty the Snowman. There's literally flashbacks to those movies. So it was such an interesting, novel idea that I would love to hear the thought process that went behind this, the care that went into the stop motion animation, similar to Nightmare Before Christmas. But I would also like to hear just the behind the scenes workings of Rankin and Bass, how they created this little claymation universe and what their thought process was behind creating a combined universe before anybody else was doing it. I think that'd be fascinating. So the four that I would have in season 2 are Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Miracle on 34th Street, and Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I've already gone through some of the other options, but again, what would you like to see in season 2 of the holiday movies that made us? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, I love discussing movies with you, and I love being here with you at the LQ Review. Until next time, we'll see you later.